The second culprit is toxic chemicals in our food, in our medicine, in our environment. Pesticides, food additives, pharmaceutical drugs, and toxic waste permeate every cell of our bodies.
I had to record this. I'm sitting here right now watching Robert F. Kennedy's speech about suspending his campaign, and he has launched into a tirade about the health of the American public and the causes of it. It is the most amazing thing I have seen
6 years
ever since I started studying diet.
Girls were reaching puberty in 1900.
He talks about Casey and Kaylee means. He talks about bringing this issue into the highest levels of government to solve this problem instead of having the government cause this problem. This, my friends, is a historic moment if people are listening to what he's saying and open their minds. We need to talk about this to everybody.
It is crippling the nation's finances. When my uncle was president of our country, he spent $0 on chronic disease. Today, government health care spending is almost all for chronic disease. And it's double the military budget. And it is the fastest growing budget item in the federal budget. And chronic disease costs more to the economy as a whole, costs at least $4 trillion, 5 times our military budget. And that's a 20% drag on everything we do and everything we aspire to. Poor and minority communities suffer disproportionately. People who worry about DEI or about bigotry of any kind, this dwarfs anything. We are poisoning the poor. We are systematically poisoning minorities across this country. Industry lobbyists have made sure that most of the food stamp lunch program, about 70% of food stamps and about 70 or 77% of school lunches are processed foods. There's no vegetables. There's nothing that you would want to eat. We are just poisoning the poor citizens, and that's why they have the highest chronic disease burden of anybody, any demographic in our country, and the highest in the world. The same food industry lobbied to make sure that nearly all agricultural subsidies go to commodity crops that are the feedstock of processed food industry. These policies are destroying small farms, and they're destroying our soils. We give about, I think, 8 times as much in subsidies to tobacco than we do to fruits and vegetables. It makes no sense. If we want a healthy country, the good news is that we can change all this. We can change it very, very quickly. America can get healthy again. To do that, we need to do 3 things. First, we need to root out the corruption in our health agencies. Second, we need to change incentives in our healthcare system. And third, we need to inspire Americans to get healthy again. 80% of NIH grants go to people with conflicts of interest. These are the people, virtually everybody who sits Joe Biden just appointed a new panel to NIH to decide.
I've never heard anything like this from a politician before. This is unbelievable. I encourage everybody to find a replay of Robert Kennedy's entire speech today and watch it, and make sure everyone you know watches it. And vote accordingly this November.
The Swiss program,
take the rest of the day off.
You're all corrupted
and eat meat.
And conflicted individuals. These agencies, the FDA, USDA, and CDC.